My name is Nikon, and today we're going to be going over a toy problem called common characters. Now, for those of you that don't know what toy problems are, they're basically word problems that you solve using computer science or programming. Now, a cool website to check toy problems out is Code Wars. Another one is CoderByte, and my personal favorite is Code Duel. Now back to common characters. We're going to write a function that accepts two strings as arguments and returns only the characters that are common to both strings. Your function should return the common characters in the same order that they appear in the first argument. Do not return duplicate characters and ignore white space in your return string. Now to give us an example of the function call, where it passes in these two arguments and it returns this, which is common within both of these two strings. Now, these are some of the tests, but this is pretty straightforward, so we can refer to those if we run into any problems. Now, the way I solved it is by defining a results array, and this is what we're going to be passing back down over here. We're going to return that. The next step was to define a variable that was going to take in the string first argument, and it was going to create an array of all of the individual values separated. And I did that using the method called split. Next thing I did was loop through this variable called stringy using a for each loop, and I passed in an anonymous function. And using this anonymous function, I had this argument, which is going to be each individual value passed from the stringy. So first thing we're going to do here is check whether or not this value that we're getting is common within string 2. We can do that using index of. Now if this is true, it passes into the next if statement. Within this one, we're making sure that this value that we're taking is not already within our results array, because we don't want to pass the same value twice. So the next thing we want to check for is whether or not this value that we're passing in is just a blank space, which we don't want. That's a no-no. So if it passes that test as well, then we simply just push that value into our results array. Then at the end, we want to join all those characters within that array once back together again. And we do that simply by using the dot join. And at the end, we'll return it with the results.